fancy seeing you here. Welcome to the Popcorn Kingdom. Please make yourself at home. So, today we're going to be doing a review of a little film that can really only be referred to as American fiction. Directed by Cord Jefferson, starring Jeffrey Wright, Tracy Ellis Ross, John Ortiz. Who's the other big... Adam Brody, Seth from the OC. And then, of course, Sterling K. Brown and a few other characters. So what is it about? American fiction is about this African-American author, writer, writing books. But he's not a writer who sort of pigeonholed himself in the sort of black, quote-unquote, black writer, writing about black lives, writing about black issues kind of writer. He just writes about whatever he wants, like every author should be able to do. And that's what he does. And he's kind of getting sick and tired of all these sort of quote-unquote black stories that really are not highlighting the African-American experience in any other way other than sort of gangsters and drugs and fathers leaving their children behind and just all these horrible, untrue stereotypes. And he's just sick of it. He's like, why does every novel have to paint us in this way? And he decides to take it upon himself as a joke one night when he's drunk to just write the most sort of obviously on the nose stereotype black story. And he writes it under like a pseudonym, I guess, and it becomes a hit. And it's sort of about him having to deal with that. So I have to say, this film, the writing is just chef's kiss. Really well written, really funny, witty dialogue. Again, like interesting, complicated characters. It's not all black and white, so to speak. There are grey areas. And, you know, Jeffrey Wright, he is the perfect actor for this role. He really is. He's just... he's funny when he needs to be. He's grumpy when he needs to be. He knows what he is, and he's not always the most likable person. He's got his own normal issues in life. There's tragedy in his family that he's dealing with. His mom, his sister, his brother, and it's just like a lot of real world issues in this film. Issues that probably everyone's going to have to face one day, and then this really sort of funny kind of like pseudonym, oh, I'm this sort of fugitive on the run gangster author writing this fiction. And it's just like, yeah, it's a great, like, I don't know how the writer really balanced these really well, but it's just like, yeah, you've crammed a lot of good issues into this film and I've enjoyed it. The ending, like, specifically was great. Kind of reminded me of the film Adaptation with Nicolas Cage and Meryl Streep, probably. And yeah, it's a really great sort of commentary on the industry, on how we, you know, are so desperate to have... You know, I feel weird always saying black because when I talk about my minority, like, oh, we're so desperate to have stories about minorities, but they're never like normal stories. They're always stories about minorities where minorities are immigrants, or where minorities are slaves, or where minorities are doing drugs. And it's like, yeah, we are desperate to have these stories told, of course, but stories can also be told about average things as well, just like your mum having dementia and trying to deal with a mum, you know, slowly forgetting everything. And that can also be about minorities and starring minorities. It doesn't have to be about drugs and gangsters and guns and immigration and slavery. It can just be about issues that universally people deal with. And I would argue universally people do deal with guns and killings and cheating and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, like it's really highlighting, doing a commentary on the sort of way the inclusivity of Hollywood has led to a weird sort of marginalization of minorities. And it's a good thing that Hollywood is trying to like be inclusive, trying to tell stories of different cultures, trying to do stories from the voices of different cultures. But the way they've gone about it means it's swung the pendulum so far that it's marginalized yet again this stereotype. It's really highlighting a stereotype that's not necessarily true. Okay? Yes, I'm brown. Yes, I like beans and rice. Yes, I would love to hit a piñata and get all the sweets coming out from it. Yes, I'm half English. Yes, I like cups of teas. Yes, it rains all the time.